Welcome, 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 welcome. Whoo, it's a beautiful day. DREAMLIFE Studios, we in effect. Welcome to Reformations, Mind Cyphers Edition. It's a beautiful day. You know, we always got to take time out to reflect on waking up this morning, on breathing this oxygen. You're still on God green earth, and it's lovely. It's lovely to connect with this energy. It's lovely to have the people following, listening, and putting out something positive for people to listen to, for people to understand themselves. You know, I never thought, that I'll be in this position. But the inner awareness knew. I knew that I had talents and dreams and creativeness inside of me. And look what's happening now. You know, we all around the world. It's bigger than I ever could imagine still. And we're making things happen. So I always got something special for y'all. You know, each and every day we're gonna go through these lessons. As you know, we've been studying the 33 steps to reclaiming your inner power. And and I have step 3 for y'all today. Step 3, we're gonna get into step 3. To the 33 steps to reclaiming your inner power. It's 33 steps to this. So if you haven't seen step 1 or step 2, check that out. But we're on the 3rd step today, and we're gonna get right into it. Shout out to everybody that's watching this, wherever you are. This is for you. So step 3 to reclaiming your inner power is the courage to go beyond. The courage to go beyond. One has to learn to trust. One has to learn to trust, right? And we're talking about yourself, your inner self. You got to trust yourself. You got to have the courage to know that you know, to believe in your word and to believe in you. So one has to learn to trust, having the courage to let go, let go and let God. I know you heard that statement, that phrase before. Let go and let God. And if you hear some music in the back, excuse that. We had to go. We got to record. We got to keep it going. The neighbors and the others, they studio, they record, they doing their thing, they having a good morning. So, salute to them. But we still got to go. I still got to give y'all this information regardless. We not stopping. So, yeah, you're going to hear a little music in the back. But one has to learn to trust. One has to have the courage to let go. The fears and manifestation of the ego. You got to understand, all fears and manifestation of the ego is contradiction to what you think the world should be, what you think your life should be, or what you think should happen. So anytime you're having fear, it's because the ego is not happy about that situation. It's the unknown. It's the ego has to know. So the fear is the manifestation of your ego anyway. It's a contradiction. It's not how you think it should go. But you gotta remember that's the intellect. So we're going beyond the intellect. This is the courage to go beyond. Remember that. So we're talking about as spirit beings, we're flying blind. As spiritual beings, we're flying blind. This whole thing is unknown. And we gotta trust that unknown. We gotta get into that. And shout out to them one more time, because I like what they playing. I really do. It fits. It fits. So shout out to the neighbor. I think it's a new neighbor in that studio. I'm not sure, but shout out to them. God bless them. God force them to them. Beautiful. And bring it right back. Yeah. So we're talking about here is blind faith, blind trust. You gotta have blind trust. You don't know. You gotta know that you don't know. This is bigger than you could ever imagine. You gotta have that blind trust, that blind faith. You gotta know that you don't know. It's bigger than you. So we're talking about blind trust. You gotta have the courage to be different. That's what you gotta realize. You gotta have the courage to be different. We all different in our way, and it's in some strange way. I don't know. You want to say society or whatever it is. It molds us to try to be the same. It's like it's scary to be different. It's weird. So you gotta have the courage to be different and know that you're gonna be different. You're weird, whatever. Like, what? Being different is better than being the same. Going far is better than being stuck. If you're the same, you're stuck. So you gotta have the courage to be different. You gotta have the courage. You have to accept the pain the ego will go through. You know, changing and being different and coming out. The ego is not gonna like it. Meaning your intellect. It's gonna say things. It's gonna try to get you to go back into that comfort zone. You know, but that's where the trust comes through. That's where the courage to let go come in. Let go and let God. It's bigger than you could ever imagine. You gotta get inside. You gotta get inside of your insides. You know, you gotta see things from a different point of view. You gotta know that you're not doing this. It's something else happening. It's something more powerful than you could ever imagine. And once you know that, that's when everything comes. You know, you could look into the mirror, you could look into the camera, and you could be happy with yourself. You're like, oh man, I have deeper consciousness, that's deeper powers that's gonna lead this way. You could sit back and let go and let God. Watch it. So you got to accept the pain the ego will go through and have the courage to be vulnerable. You have to have the courage to be vulnerable. It's like a small animal in the forest, in the jungle, with no power. You're vulnerable. You don't know. But you know one thing. You got that power inside of you. You know? You don't have to be so macho and think, you know, and try to do everything. No. Steve Harvey said that. You trying to do it yourself. You trying to do it. You trying to do it. No. You know how hard that is, man? I try to do it. We all try to do it. Let God do it. Let God show your true talent, show what you made of. Like, this is big, man. This is big. Believe, man. Believe. You have to agree to listen to the inner power, the infinite intelligence, into the spiritual beauty of things. You gotta believe. You have to agree to listen to your inner power, your infinite intelligence, into the spiritual beauty of things. You have to have the courage, that sense of believing. You have to have that courage, that sense of believing. Trust your word. Trust me, I am God. Trust your word. Trust your word. How big is that? When you trust your word, you just let it flow. You looking, you observing more than doing. You trying too hard. You gotta observe the energy. Let it flow. It's something that you have to learn to do. You gotta learn to do. You gotta call it out. It develops within time. Everything I'm speaking of is good to hear and get aware of it, and that's the start. But you gotta develop it. You gotta train it out. Because you have to understand the ego, your environment, the things we learn. It's so heavy on us. It really has a control. So day by day, you get to challenge that and develop your inner awareness and develop your power. But it takes time, is what I'm saying. You gotta. It's like anything else. It's like a tree growing. It's like your body growing. Or any kind of muscle growing. It takes time. You gotta develop it. And you can't develop it. I'm living proof to that. I'm developing it right now. So trust your word. Trust me. I am God. Yes, God is inside of you. Yes, for the people that don't know, have the courage to give yourself away. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for putting this journey in front of me. Thank you, Heavenly Father. It's all yours. It's all yours. I'm watching from you. Do it. I just want to experience what you have for me. I just want to experience it. That's all. I'm done trying and thinking I'm doing something. I just want to see what you have for me. What can I all do? What can I do? You know. Thank you for everything. Thank you for bringing me thank you for leading the way. Thank you for showing me that I could connect with you. That I am you. Thank you. Have the courage to go beyond. This was Mind Cyphers, Affirmations. Mind Cyphers Edition, as I said, Dream Life is real. You know, we're gonna keep putting out information. You know, I appreciate everyone checking in and, you know, looking and learning at the same time we learn. You know, I realize that I can help people as I have been. And, you know, this is for anyone who may think that they don't have or know enough to help people or do things or get in front of here or talk about things. You do. You know, that's the trick right there. You gotta realize that you're all power, all knowing, and you do have a story. You do have enough to put out there, and people will listen. And, you know, stay fun with it. This is what it's about. You know, that's the motto. Stay fun, stay free, stay creative. So as long as we doing that, we staying creative, we having fun, we enjoying ourselves, you know, that's all you could do. Enjoy yourself. Put it out there. It's not about the numbers or anything like that. It's great to know that you are achieving and helping people and things like that, but we staying fun, staying free, staying creative. It's about living a happy life. I'm happy. I'm doing what I love. It's fun. So with that being said, it's a new day. Do something great today. Learn something today. Realize that God woke you up. Take a deep breath. Realize that oxygen that you breathing is God. Realize that you everything. You know, the God forces in everything. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Mind Cyphers, we out. Dream life is real.